And we are back. 10th episode. A little bit of upgrade to the whole process, the whole system, the software's everything I'm using right now. So I hope you will enjoy it that much more. Let me just adjust this. I'm still adjusting things as I go. Okay. So this is the Rep by Rep podcast by me, Coach Janos. And my goal with this podcast is to get you in amazing shape and excellent health with the guidance I am about to share from my decade long training and coaching experience. I hope you will like it. I hope you will have a lot of takeaways from it. And so I did not have this podcast going on for a month at this point. I was really busy with many things, many projects were going on, and I just couldn't continue it, but I was really waiting to come back to it and continue. The thing is that before I stopped making it, I didn't stop, I just took a break. So before that, I was writing up a lot of topics I want to talk about, and in order, I organized them in order. And the thing is that I didn't check what's the next one. Okay, I don't know what we are going to talk about yet. I have the plan here written up, but it will be as authentic as it could be, because I will be, even myself will be surprised on each of the things I'm going to talk about. I know everything for sure what is listed because I wrote all that up, but it's going to be a random and improvised one, let's say. So the topic today, let's see. Stop fooling yourself with these training myths. It's actually my favorite. Okay, so I love when misinformation gets to people, and that's holding them back from getting results. I mean, I don't love it. I love to laugh about the ignorance around it when people actually don't want to acknowledge that they don't know shit and they try to do the same things, and that when you are doing the same things over and over and you don't see results, that's what we call insanity, isn't it? So it is most common around training, okay? When people hear this and that on Instagram or YouTube, when people just want to fish for engagement, and then they say anything in their hooks, and then people don't watch the video, they just pay attention to the hook, and the hook is a lie on a purpose, and people would believe the hook. That's just one example, but misinformation spreads in many other and different ways, which I am not a big supporter of. So let's clear some of these up, and I hope you will be able to use most of it. 5 things. First, and again, it's new to me right now. I totally forgot what I wrote up. I wrote these up like 2 months ago probably. So, okay, first, you should always have your abs showing. Oh, okay, interesting one. Right. So when people thinking about dieting and thinking about training and fitness, it's pretty common that people would think that to have visible, clear abs showing all the time is the goal. It's where you want to go to. It's what you want in the long term. Now, some people born with very athletic look and physiology naturally, okay? But that is not everyone. I'm not one of those people. I can have abs and I can maintain abs. But for me, it's really difficult to maintain it in the long term. And people like me, who genetically are not that gifted, are going to have some issue with maintaining visible abs year long. And there's nothing wrong with it. Having abs all the time and having ribbed, like veiny abs especially, all the time is just not healthy, guys. That can also indicate that your hormone levels are low, okay? So like if you are so ribbed, like you look like a leaf, I guarantee you that your hormones are not working the same way like if you would if they would if you had more body fat levels. Simple reason is your body needs some fat to function properly. If You don't believe me? Ask any girl you know. Girls know this more because men are, so men also needs fat, but for girls it's much much more important. And if they don't have normal or healthy body fat levels, their hormones are completely fucked up. They not gonna have periods. They will miss periods if if they are too skinny, and that is a sign of hormonal imbalance and possible risk of infertility in the future. So that's not fun, okay? So you don't want to always be there. As a guy, you are having more chance to be there, but as a girl, usually it's not something you want. You don't want your abs to show all the time. Flat tummy, yes, that's healthy. Abs always, not necessarily. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Overtraining will ruin your progress. Interesting one. Now, most of you, I'm 100% sure that most of you do not overtrain. Just lay that down there, okay? Lay that down. Overtraining is nowhere near where people are training at. That's not like you are not training that long or not training that intense, okay? That you are risking overtraining most of the time, okay? So probably maybe 90% of the people are nowhere near there, okay? You don't even know what is training hard. Most people are there. There is the 10% though who really trains hard and really pushing and wants pain and all the time pushing, going to the gym, can't hold them back. Even when they should rest, they still go to the gym. They are risking overtraining. Even like if they are training 2-3 hours a day or just always heavy, never deloading, that is a risk for overtraining. Okay? You should not hold back your training because you're afraid of overtraining. The myth is actually this, that if you are overtraining, you are not recovering your muscles so that you are going to lose muscles. But the thing is, that is a lot of stimuli. Okay? You can accumulate so much stress, but not with one training session. Not if you are doing hard work all the time and still deloading. Deload is taking a break from training or taking your training into a lower intensity and lower volume for a week. That is a deload. And that helps you to recover from all the stress that you are accumulating. If you do that every 4th, 6th, 8th week, you're golden. You're not going to overtrain, okay? So stop being afraid of overtraining, guys. It's not something that comes so easy. I've been there, by the way. It's definitely not fun. But the reason was, for me, I did 2 sports at the same time. I did not deload on one of them. I kept training. So when I was deloading on powerlifting, I was kept going with taekwondo with double the intensity because I have a lot of energy. Why not? Sure. Was stupid. But aren't we all stupid a little bit sometimes? And yeah, the reason is not knowing the right things, and that's why we are stupid. But if you're knowing the right thing and you're still doing the stupid things, that's just dumb. Anyway, I'm not doing that anymore. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't do 2 trainings every day. One hard, intense, super intense cardio plus weightlifting every day, or even 3 times a week each, so that is 6 trainings, all very intense. That's stupid, okay? You need some recovery. 3-4 times for very, very, very advanced athletes, 5 times very intense training is good, okay? But if you're an intermediate or a beginner, you have no business going there, okay? And yeah, if you are there, hold back. But otherwise, overtraining, if you're deloading properly, you do only gym training 3-4 times a week, you're not gonna overtrain. Okay, let's move on to the next one. You should train with pre-workouts. Okay, I mean, I just got a t-shirt from my brother-in-law saying spit, A pre-workout in my mouth. That's what it says on the t-shirt. If you're following me on Instagram, you know. I shared it. It's pretty funny. It's okay for joke, okay? But pre-workout in the conventional sense, it's not the conventional sense. Is the most known sense, not most known idea about pre-workouts, that is we take powders or type of shakes for pre-workout, because those are called pre-workouts, and we have to taking them for training. Now, all they do, because they're high caffeine, taurine, arginine content, there's many other substances they add just to make you feel amazing. They are addictive, okay? So not just in the sense like you will want it, like it's not like be a smoker, but because they're giving you a boost, and if you learn to train with them, it's the same if you're getting hooked up on caffeine, like you drink a lot of coffee, and then when you suddenly stop drinking coffee, you barely alive, okay? So think about it like this. If you get used to it, if you build up the resistance in your body, then you will not be able to train without it, okay? That's one thing. So you take it because it gives you energy. Yeah? Now, it doesn't give you energy, it gives you a boost. It gives you more elevated alertness and everything, yeah? And training will be easier, so to say. But it's just because it's a doping agent, like it's making you like that, but you get resistant to it, and after a while it will not work, okay? So it's much better to train yourself to train without these kind of things. Caffeine is okay, not too much, just some, okay? But you want to learn to train naturally, okay, and train hard, because that will also activating your cells and your whole body to become more active and have more energy for your workouts, okay? This can happen naturally. You don't need pre-workouts for it. However, I would say pre-workouts, when I say pre-workouts to my clients, I'm not talking about pre-workout shakes and powders. I'm talking about pre-workout meals, okay? Carbohydrates, right? Fruits, those are my favorites, bananas, apples, or anything you can think of. If you take 10 minutes to 1 hour before your training, or a bigger meal, you have 4 hours to 1 hour close to training, that will help you to have amazing energy levels and have super cool massive workout with amazing results afterwards. So if you perform well on your workouts, you will have amazing results. So pre-workout meals are very important for that, but pre-workout stuff, no, don't take them, okay? Trust me, they don't worth it. Yeah, I'm not promoting any kind of supplement company here, and I'm not going to ever. I'm telling you right now that if you're looking for pre-workouts, quick fixes, or protein powders or whatever magic formulas to build muscle faster, I'm not gonna give it to you, because those are all a lie, and you shouldn't choose shortcuts. I'm not a fan of shortcuts. If you are a fan of shortcuts, you want quick results today and not do the reps, okay? This is the Rep by Rep podcast. If that's what you want, go to another podcast, go to another video. I'm getting you real results that are working, that is for real people, okay? And for the long term. And I support health, okay? I'm not gonna loosen my mind around that. I am solely dedicated to promote health and get people healthy, not lie to them to what kind of supplements to buy to get faster results. I hate that. Okay, let's move on. Protein should be consumed right after exercise. So there is the myth that there is a 4-hour protein synthesis window you have to catch up after your training. So once you finish your training, that is, you put down the last dumbbell, you have exactly 4 hours to get your protein in. So if you think about it a little bit more than watching YouTube videos about it. Yeah, it sounds a bit funny, silly. There is such thing as protein synthesis and protein sensitivity. Yeah, those are real. And after exercise, yes, nutrient sensitivity is much higher. So yes, while you are after your training, you are more sensitive to absorb nutrients from food and from anything. Okay, so it's a good idea to try to get protein, carbs, everything after your training, because you need to refuel your muscles with sugars as well. That's why I'm talking about carbohydrates. Fats will help with your hormones and proteins will help you with your muscle recovery. But just to say that right after exercise you must have protein, and then if you didn't, it's a failure. You are a failure for the day because you didn't, because you couldn't, because the bus was late or whatever. That's a stretch, I'd say. Okay, so you shouldn't be too addicted to these kind of statements and myths. Just get protein throughout your day normally and after exercise as soon as you can, because that's what matters. And remember, protein synthesis and muscle recovery and like all around recovery in your whole body happening not after your workout, it's happening all the time. So you have to have your protein in your system all the time. And remember, most of your recovery from your training is not happening 4 hours after your workout, it happens 48 hours after your workout. So it's just pointless to focus on that 4 hours. Okay, let's move on. Last one. Training with empty stomach will burn more fat. Oh, my favorite, I swear. So many people believe that if they're training with empty stomach, they will have more chance seeing their abs sooner. But in reality, if you do that, you're just reducing your training performance and your training will be shit. And shit training will result shit results. So yeah, I would never recommend anyone training for empty stomach. Not even cardio, okay? Because it's just not going to be helpful for you. If you are training with an empty stomach, what's gonna happen is you're gonna break down tissues for energy. If there is not enough carbohydrates in your system and let's say your fat levels are also low, okay, what do you think your body will touch into? It will touch into muscle. It will use up your amino acids from muscle to fuel your exercise. Okay, so yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. It's much better to have like not much. You don't need much before cardio if you're in a calorie deficit. Okay, you want to. This is a very important thing, very important topic, that you have to time your carbohydrates around your training, especially if you're on a diet, because you have less carbohydrate intake usually, and the amount of carbohydrate you have left is best to time around your workout so that it refuels you after your workout and gives you fuel before your workout. It's super, super important, guys. And yeah, so my go-to is just having an apple or two before cardio or before training if I'm on a heavy deficit, and that solves my energy needs. So yeah, that's all you need there. This was the last one, by the way. I hope you can use all this tips and tricks and advice I shared, and I will see where I can share this. I plan to share it on Spotify and YouTube. So if you are on either one, you will find the rest of them on the other. Plus, on YouTube, you will find the previous 9 episodes. This was the 10th. We entered into the second digit number of episodes, okay? So that's kind of a celebration here. Rep by Rep podcast is getting ahead, okay? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please, if you have friends who you think they would benefit from hearing what I have to say here, please send them this video or podcast, send them the link for the podcast, or just tell about it for them so that they can find it as well. So Rep by Rep from Coach János, logging off. Thank you.